say to the younger people?
Yeah, I mean, well, my niece is half Indian, plays for Newcastle United. She would be horrified to see those people here, you know. Especially the city is quite welcoming.
At the end, so is there any message you want to say to anyone, whether it's on both sides, whatever? Just an open-ended question.
I'd say get out here and support your country and stand up for what you think is right.
Guys, we're doing interviews on why you're here on both sides. We're neutral. If you want to give your
Both
thoughts.
sides of my arse. You're not both sides, you're on their side.
Why would you think I'm on their
Because
side?
I saw your last one and it was crap.
what was?
Go away. Go, I don't want to talk to you.
I understand. Okay. Right, we are back at it again. So, full disclosure, I am running a little bit late for this. There was a Greggs and KFC collab in Newcastle. Both started at the same time. So I thought we'd double dip. We'd do that. It is on the Northeast Updates, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. If you want to see what the Greggs and KFC collab was all about, feel free to check that out. There's also giving out freebies as well, so check out the video. So we're here, we're outside the New Bridge Hotel, or was it Newgate? It's one of the two. So this obviously, in case you're just coming across the video, we did a massive video last week on this. It's went kind of viral on YouTube. It's probably at record and got about 100,000 views. If you haven't checked that out, it was a full 3-hour uncensored video going around both sides. In case you're new, like I say as well, we are very neutral on this. We know it's a divisive topic. People have got very strong opinions on both sides. We try to be as neutral as possible. We get the occasional comment saying, oh no, you're on the other side from both sides. But in general, we get most comments saying, no, we're glad you did it. It's very neutral and stuff like that. So we'll be trying to speak to people on both sides. I'll be giving my honest thoughts about what I see kind of thing here as well. So in case you're brand new with this, so it is the New Bridge Hotel. So this is where it's alleged that a lot of migrants have come in and a lot of locals are unhappy about it. And then you've obviously got here where we're in is the counter demonstration. So this is the counter demonstration who are happy for these people to be here. And then we've got over the other side, right wing, patriots, whatever you want to call them. Again, I'm kind of leaving it up. Right? Bit of news here. So we've got a lot of Northumberland flags replacing a lot of the Palestine ones yesterday. There's a bigger divide, and they've got a lot of bloody music, which is a killer because obviously we can get copyright strike. Big divide, a lot of police, and it doesn't look like there is actually as many on the other side. I'll nip round. This is the scene on this side. Quite a lot of people, all with the same signs, similar signs as last week. So before I do any interviews, I'll go and try to get around the other side and see how many people have turned up on that side, because that is obviously a factor for a lot of people, a thing of interest as well. So police obviously in force, as you can see. We won't be going live with this video. We do lives on YouTube and TikTok occasionally, but due to the nature of this and due to the extreme comments that some people can have, we interviewed someone last week. We had to censor that. It was literally, I can't even talk about what it is because of the monetization and the community standards on each platform. They would not allow me to talk about it because it could be seen as supporting the person in question who got mentioned. And obviously that could get the whole channel taken down and stuff like that. We obviously don't support what he said. If you do watch the video from last week, we did bleep it out, but there was a little bit of text on screen just to show what was being censored and why we were censoring it as well. So this is where we are in Newcastle. So again, if you didn't watch the video last week, this is where the protests were. They happened last week. They made an announcement last week to say that they were happening again every single week. So this does affect people that are going to the match potentially, depending on if you're coming that way into St James's Park and not knowing what's going on. So hopefully this raises a bit of public awareness as well. You can see some people there straight away are going to the match, have come this way. So I'm sure I counted one police van on that side. I can see 1, 2, 3 vans here, one police car. So it does seem like there is a bit more police presence on this side. It does seem like that. So again, all I'm doing is going off what I see. I know some people want me to support their side. I know you can't say anything that's bad about my side and vice versa. Try to do this as neutral as possible. You've got to remember that. So although some of the stuff that we say and note in the video might go against what your beliefs are and stuff like that, we do try to present as neutral as possible. Yeah, we got police horses. They were not here last week as well. So police horses, there is such loud music on that side. It is going to cause issues for videoing because obviously we don't have rights to the music. We cannot film. So there's some of the police that were here last week. The Scouser guy as well. Hello, you alright? He recognises us as well. Right, okay. So he wanted Isaac as well, by the way, a Scouser, a red. So right, so here we go. Oh, one of the things that's worth mentioning as well, just I don't know if you'll hear us if I get too far with the music, so I'll just dip out. So the organizer of this demonstration got in touch with the Facebook page. He did want to be interviewed. He did mention that he had a health problem. I'll not divulge because I don't know if he wants us to or not, but he did make a late call and he's not able to come because of health reasons. Again, he's a human being like we have on both sides. We respect everyone, so we do like to wish him a speedy recovery, whatever side that you're from. It is a person. Remember that at the end of the day, kind of like the people on the other side as well. So let's see if we can get people who do want to be interviewed. So we've got police liaisons as well. So I'll try not to get too close to music, which is being played by the other side. Last week it was music on this side, which prevented us, but it is so loud. I don't know if it's been picked up on camera too well, but it is very, very loud, a lot louder than it was last week. So let me try and just see. Hi guys, we're Northeast Updates, we're neutral. We're trying to get opinions on both sides, why you kind of turned up and why it's important to you. Do you want to just do a little quick interview?
You may.
Yeah? You can use your temper, it's fine. Oh, would you like to do just why you turned up and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Right, okay then. So, we're here with, what's your first name just?
Jan,
And what's inspired you or brought you out today?
the safety of women and children in this country, especially for my grandchildren.
Yeah. What is it that's concerning you about that?
All the abuse and attacks that are going on, and just the general future of our country, basically. It's not safe to walk the street. We don't feel safe to walk the streets.
And just to kind of get a little bit more out of you, what makes you feel unsafe and what worries you for the future?
What makes me feel unsafe and worries me for the future? The invasion of people from foreign lands that we know nothing about, with tendencies to treat women differently than we do in this country. They treat their women differently in their country.
Yeah. And then we always ask this as well. We do an open-ended question at the end. So is there any message you want to say to anyone, whether it's on both sides, whatever, just an open-ended question?
I'd say get out here and support your country and stand up for what you think is right.
Yeah. Were you here last week, or have you
I
just
was
found
here
out?
last
Yeah.
week. Not the first one I've been to, it won't be the last.
Yeah. Are you local? Are you from? I'm just trying to
Darlington.
test the accent. Yeah.
Darlington.
How is it in Darlington compared to Newcastle?
This is worse. Darlington is becoming a landing spot for more and more people from far away. I am a Geordie originally. But
Oh, there we go. Right, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. Right, there we go. So first interview done. So again, the concern seems to be for the future, for children and stuff like that. Obviously feel that the people who are coming from a different country, disproportionately, I would presume, because obviously attacks do happen with white English and everything like that, but they must feel that it's disproportionate or something like that. So let's try to find some more who would do interviews. They've got a sign over here. So what's it say? Hold on, first before I do that. Forward. Hi guys, we're from Northeast Updates, which we're neutral. We try to give both sides of opinions. We're just trying to see anyone that wants to give their thoughts to give their thoughts. No, thoughts, no. No worries. Right, okay, let's get to the front. Actually, let's have a little look. Hopefully the music's not picked up. Otherwise, we're going to have to mute this. If you wonder why it does go mute, it's because the music is far too loud. So, there's a guy from last week. Another guy from last week with a battle vest on, preparing for battle. Let's have a look. We might need to do the interviews a little bit further because I am conscious that you just might not be able to hear this. I'll not know until after the video is put out. So let's have a look. Try over here. Hello, fella. We're from Northeast Update. We're local news. No, doing interviews if you want to speak? No, no worries. Guys, same with you. If you want to speak, we're from local news, so it's neutral. No. Oh, yeah, no worries. Guys, do you want to share your thoughts? We're doing interviews on both sides. We're neutral. Why you come and stuff? Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay then. So if I just introduce yourself, just your first name.
Duncan.
So why have you come today? What's inspired you to come out?
Well, just so Fuck no, I don't want to do an interview now. No, I don't want to do an interview actually.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Right.
I'm ashamed. As soon as the camera comes to the
Panic, and everyone does that. It's harder than it looks.
after 2 pints.
No worries, cheers, guys. Right, okay, we'll try to do one more interview over here, and then we'll jump over the other side. So let's. Hello, there he is. Oh, got you on last week. You did well. Right, so we've got the police cordoned up there. Yeah, a lot of people do struggle on camera. It's not for everyone, so fully understand and stuff. So we've got the police around that side. Police presence, are we going to say it's around last time? Obviously there's horses and stuff like that, so it is a little bit different in terms of the police. They do have this area cordoned off already, so I think they've learned from last week that people were jumping across from that side to this side to that side, so they've cordoned that off early. I'm going to try to get one. We're going to try to get one more interview in, and then we'll shoot off. So whether we're here for a little bit or a while, we'll try to get some interviews. Come on, let's have a look. Who can we get? Let us know, as always, your thoughts in the comments to all the questions asked and to what your feelings are as well. So there's some over here. I'll try to get these ones with the waving the Union Jacks. There's a lot of English flags, a lot of UK flags knocking around. I'll see if I can speak to these. All right, guys, we're from Northeast Updates. We're local news. We're trying to speak to both sides. What inspired you to come out and stuff like that? Have you got 1 minute to do an interview?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Just one or a few of yous? Whatever. Right, okay then. So we're here with just your first name?
My first name?
Yeah.
Brian.
And what's inspired you to come out today?
Well, I was here last week. I come out here because that hotel, the Newbridge Hotel, has got hundreds of illegal immigrants, and quite a few of them are coming out, and their bikes are parked around here, and they go and deliver for Deliveroo and Uber. They're here illegally. We don't know. They've not been vetted, so they're delivering food to, could be women on their own. It's costing the country billions of pounds. The man that owns that hotel is earning £4 million. He owns 3 more hotels. They're coming, a lot of them are coming in boats, and they're coming from a place that's not a war. France is not a war. So I'm coming here because we can't afford it, basically.
And then have you travelled far? Are you local? What's the kind of vibe?
I live in Gateshead, so no, not far at all yet.
And then how do you see this going? This is the second week that this is done. What's the kind of aims for this?
Well, we'll keep coming. And as long as the other side keep coming as well, we'll still be here. I'll be here every Saturday, and I'll continue until it's stopped, basically, until the government listen and start closing down these hotels. This was due to be demolished, and a new purpose-built high-rise skyscraper was due to be built there with facilities, leisure facilities, etc. That's been put on hold while the man just said the man earned £4 million.
And then the last question we asked to both sides is open-ended. Is there any message you wanted to say to whoever you wanted to say it to?
You mean to the government?
Literally, the government, the other side, your side, whatever message you
Well,
want to say.
the government needs to listen to ordinary people. There's no violence, there's no swearing, there's no racism. We're not racist, we're not Nazis, we're not even far right. We're just ordinary people who are concerned about our parents, about our children, etc. And that's why we're here, just for that, simple.
There we go. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that. Thank you. Right, so another interview done on that side. So we'll nip over the other side now. We'll try to get, there is a couple of people coming. There is a Newcastle match on today as well, so that might impact numbers and stuff like that. But we'll nip around. We'll try to get some over that side. I am conscious of getting too close to the middle over the other side because the music is just so loud. So let's have a look. Just do a little police check. I'll do a little zoom. Got 2, 3 over that side in terms of vans and stuff. 2 over there, 1 over there. So compared to last week on this side, it does seem a lot busier, a lot heavier, whatever the technical term is. Now there was 4 arrests made last week. I think that was the official statement. We did get a couple of them caught on camera. There was a couple of people that kind of got pulled to one side and had a word with and stuff like that. Probably a warning and told not to do it again. But it was borderline arrests because they were there, they were talking to police. Obviously, when you're speaking to the police, they're asking you what's happened, and then they're probably going to make a judgment on is that arrestable or is it not, sort of thing. So if you did watch the video last week, let us know. Obviously, I presume a lot of you guys and girls did. and let us know your thoughts on this. So there you heard from the person there. They're going to continue this every single week. I did say that this week I thought there would be a more heavy turnout on both sides, just because more people would have been aware of the event. So obviously it didn't possibly get a huge round of awareness last time for both sides, but because it's been in all the papers and it has been in all the magazines and outlets and massive on social, you would have presumed both sides would have had a lot more people turned up as well. That was my prediction last week. And then we've got more police around the side, quite a lot actually. I think that's 2 vans, 3. This probably goes around the corner, so I can only go there at the moment, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 police vans over that side as well. So actually maybe it is just a lot of police on both sides, because maybe that's counted as this side. They're only around the corner. So big police presence on both sides. Okay, lovely sunny day. Still loads of people out. What do you think is going to happen next week? Will this kind of dwindle as the weeks go on? Will it get more and more people? What's your thoughts? So police up at the top. So they pretty much, this is the only access point, it seems, which is unguarded. So we've got police up at the top, possibly stopping people getting in from there. We've got police vans up at the top that side. And there is police up there as well, which I'll try to go. I'm going to try not to get too close, like I keep saying, but a lot of people won't understand what's the point of music, surely it doesn't matter. If you're on social media and you upload something with Coldplay or something like that in the background, you obviously don't have the rights for it, and you can get a content monetization strike. It does harm the page, it does harm the channel. So like I say, if it does go quiet, if it does go mute, that's not me censoring or being biased or censoring something I shouldn't be. That's literally because the music is too loud, and it's already really loud and I'm not even near the front. Right, let's try to get a little bit closer first, and then we'll try to do some interviews. So let's get to the front line and see. Okay, so police cars up there, just in case the camera doesn't pick that up. So let's have a look. So loads of distance. If you remember last week when it started off, there was about a metre difference at the start. And this is massive difference in terms of how much distance there is between the two groups. This is far too loud. I'm certain that that's going to get picked up. Right, let's see. Hello guys, we're doing interviews on both sides to get your thoughts why you turned up. No? You want to see why? Sure. Okay, so it is both sides that are saying that they don't want to get interviewed, just for context. There's 2 here. Let's see if I can get these. Hi there, you're right, woman. So we're doing an interview with both sides to get your thoughts why you've turned out. Are you all right to do a minute on camera?
I might not say the right thing, so I'm not too sure. But can I just say that I looked at all your footage last week, because I always have an eye on you, and I thought you were extremely unbiased.
Thank you very much.
Right.
We did get occasional on both sides saying, oh no, you're biased, but I think when some people are deeped into one side very, very heavily, they're going to think if you're not supporting me, you're against the enemy. But a lot of people, like you said, have come out and said, so thank you very much for that.
The other thing is that the police are very organised this week, so
Yes.
whether people like that or not, it's definitely made the situation calmer for the both.
What I've noticed is the barrier, if we call it that, has been massive compared to what it was. It was almost a metre last week when it started off, and now you're talking 20, 30, 40, 50 metres there?
Yeah, that was part of the plan. So we've got a senior police officer here today who's made the plan, and we are just following instructions today. So, and hopefully music's a little light-hearted, and that people can try and come together in peace and love instead of arguing politically about human beings.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I noticed as well, being neutral, is the numbers on this side seem about the same. The numbers on the other side seem to have gone down. I did turn up late, if I'm being honest, so I don't know if they have dwindled or if it's what. Why do you think that is? Or
I can't speak for the people's motivation on the other side of why they came. I do think that we politicise the refugee issue the same way we have with trans people, and actually all that happens is the people in that group get harmed. So being political footballs doesn't do society any good. I'm sure people are poor, fed up and sick of waiting and not getting things, so if they think someone else has got something. But why they haven't turned up in as many, as far as I understand it, the gentleman who was on the mic last week is not here this week, so that might be a reason why. I don't know.
well, he messaged us because he wanted to get an interview and then he was ill, so yeah, he has to do it.
Yeah, so that might be a reason. Other than that, I have no clue. Your guess is as good as mine, all right?
Well, thank you very much for your time, appreciate it. Right, so there we go. So possibly the the person who did the organising, the fact that he's not there does possibly seem to be one of the reasons why there might not be as many numbers on that side. Let's have a look. One thing that people did note out is there was a lot of people with face coverings on this side. There was on both sides, but there did seem to be a lot more on this side. That does seem to be the case. If I just zoom in a lot of like COVID kind of masks and stuff like that. People obviously very keen to protect their identity for a multitude of reasons. But just something that did get picked up on the last video that I thought I might just have a look out for and kind of mention. So let's have a little look. See if I can go here. Hello guys, we're from Northeast Updates, local news. We're trying to be neutral and get opinions on both sides. Why you kind of come if you've got 1 minute to do an interview? No? Yeah, so all I basically need is what's inspired you to come out? Why are you here?
I used to be a member of the Anti-Nazi League. My dad fought with the Gurkhas in Malaya, and he would have absolutely boxed with the army. I would have absolutely hated fascists. He was more like he thought everyone should be welcome, and they don't think that. And I sort of believe I should come and show my face.
Yeah, so, don't take this the wrong way, but you're elderly compared to some of the people that are here, which are younger and maybe haven't lived through as much. You said there, very, very noticeable, very interesting point. The people on both sides haven't kind of had that experience, and then you've kind of had that little bit of history with that. What's your thoughts on that to say to the younger people?
Yeah, I mean, well, my niece is half Indian, plays for Newcastle United. She would be horrified to see those people here, Especially the city is quite welcoming,
It's known, Newcastle's known for being very...
My friend had, who owns the Pilgrim, he had the anti-fascist show Racism Red Card. Shaka Hislop started, the black keeper for Newcastle started the show Racism Red Card. He was at the thing on Friday. And I think you've just got to stand up to them. And they were lots of young people there, lots of young people.
And then the last question that I've got, and I'll say this to both sides, if you've got a message for whoever you want to give it to, what would your message be?
End racism. Difficult. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a good message. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that. Thank you. There we go. So someone who's lived through a little bit, the police are moving around at the back there, lived through a little bit, possibly got a little bit more worldly experience than some of the younger people on both sides, lived through a little bit. So what's your thoughts on his views and stuff like that? A couple of people here, a couple of others. I mean, it is a tune, Fog on the Tyne. It's just going to get picked up so badly, though. Right, it's probably going to go mute, but Fog on the Tyne is the tune. Yes. Yeah. Right, so there we go. So in case people are watching this from outside of the country, that's Northumberland, the signs that are up. So there was last week a lot of Palestine signs and stuff. It seems to be most of that. There is one, but most of them have been replaced with Northumberland signs as well, which I don't remember seeing one last week. Guys, we're from local news, Northeast Updates. We're doing interviews on both sides. No, sure, no worries. Right, so, what a tune. Just hope it doesn't get picked up. Right, everyone, chill, nice music around this side. Obviously around the music, it was on the other side last week. We had a bit of Oasis, had a bit of a party. This one's a bit more chill music, like positive vibes, posy vibes, I guess it's called. Never gonna let you down. Karaoke almost. Never gonna say goodbye. Could just come for the vibes either way. The music's loud enough. Whatever side you're on, come down for the vibes. Good little karaoke session, that isn't it? Were you protesting or were you just passing through? Or? Oh, you live here. How mad is that for you then? Yeah.
It's the second time it's happened, but this one sounds a lot more friendly.
Are you scared or anything like that? Because obviously no one knows last week. There was arrest made. Do you think it could go crazy? Are you worried because you obviously live so close?
Whatever they happened last time, it was a little intimidating because I had to walk through them.
Yeah, 4 arrests made as well.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
This one seems a lot tamer, and it looks like they've split them apart, which is probably for the best.
That was one of the first things I noticed. The divide last week was about 1 meter. It's
1
huge
foot
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's much better. Makes you feel a little bit safer. There's not as many people, would you say? Would you say there's more?
I
would
don't
you
think
say?
so. There's not as many people as it was last time. But
you
also,
got-
maybe they're just farther apart.
Where's your view? Do you get to look out on that?
I couldn't quite,
Keep
but I
an
am
eye?
on that side.
Okay,
I
yeah.
could hear pretty loudly.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
what
chants
was
back
what
and
was going
forth.
on?
There was a lot of like send them back and a lot of let them
Yeah.
stay. So it's
So
just
just judging from the accent, it's probably outside of the country, yeah?
I am, yeah.
Okay, whereabouts are you from, if you don't mind us asking?
from the Caribbean.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on this? Because I presume when you come over here, you thought, no, this is never going to be something that you come
No,
against.
I didn't expect that. But it you know, it's interesting, I guess, to see it all.
Yeah.
I just hope it goes well.
Yeah.
You know?
It's supposed to be going every week. I just spoke to someone on the other side of it, and they said that they're still going to try to do it every week. Does that kind of concern you? Because I presume you're going to be in and out of your place every week.
I mean, if they keep it like this,
all
I
right.
guess it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, that's free speech. It's a
Yeah.
right, so everyone's allowed to do it. You know?
Any message that you've got, open-ended, whoever you want to say it to or whatever?
I mean, just if believe in the right things, be on the right side of history.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that. Be on the right side. I've got the police in the residence as well. Yeah, she was just saying it's every Saturday, so they must be concerned with what's going on. Maybe thought last week was only a one-off for their residents. Presumably, obviously, the concern. Oh, we've got a lot of police officers around here. I think the police are almost ready at a moment's notice. They're all within touching distance, so they're well prepared. I think at 6 horses, about 10 vans or something. So a load of police. It seemed probably more needed last week than what it is needed this week. He spotted the guy there who was just walking. He seemed quite neutral. He said it's gone down. The numbers have gone down. So obviously, the police can't take any chances. They don't know how many's going to turn up. They can't take any chances like that. But it does seem like there's less chance of a kickoff at the front line, right where the police line is. I'm not getting the vibe that people are getting shouty and possibly trying to cross the police and cause trouble. The people on this side, rather, if it gets picked up, they're about 3 meters away from any of the police, so it doesn't seem like there's any worry or concern. Doesn't seem like there's much aggression. Have seen a few similar faces on both sides. Presumably people like that are deeply rooted in concern for both sides, so they are going to be here every week. Is it busy? Is it quiet? About the same. I'm just trying to see some movement, that's all. I'm just trying to determine if them people are new walking in or not. So again, if you're not from Newcastle, Northumberland Street is there. That's the back or top, depending on which way you're looking at it, of Northumberland Street. So this is a little bit out of the way. If you are going for your shopping or if you are going for stuff like that, it's really not going to cause you any trouble unless you come from the way that I've kind of come from the start of the video. So a lot of people rushing over that way, walking quite fast, not the nationality. What are they rushing for? Let's have a little big group there. I don't know if they were trying to get around that side, but they were all over there. Let's have a look. We've got someone with some newspaper or something. You've already on me, Chile. Thank you very much. Yeah, so the police kind of just cordoning off, I think, maybe that area a little bit now. Got the sign up just the site, yeah. Hold on, sunlight isn't on it.
Media outlet?
Northeast updates? No? We'll make a follow out of them yet. Right, okay. Let's have a look. So, not as much chanting, like I say, not really as much noticeable aggression or hostility. Oh, there's a lot of who in the corner. There is no porter cabin. Nah, it's a joke. There's obviously the horses. Let's have a look. See if we can. Guys, do you want to do a little interview? We're speaking to people on both sides. Why you're here? Just basically, what's inspired you to come?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll get.
Oh, you balling it? You want to do it? No?
I did just come for a pint.
Yeah, for the pint. There we go. Where you come?
What?
Why have you come? Just
Stick up for me country?
Yeah.
Because it's not right.
What's not right in particular? Just to get you.
They come over and they're not getting they're getting everything for free, not paying tax, nothing, and ridiculous.
Right, I'm just going to pause for 1 second just because it is loud, so I might not get picked up. So what is the aim for coming? Obviously, it's happening every week. What's your aim? Do you think any change can happen? Or
Well,
whatever?
if they came and got jobs and paid taxes, happily stay if you contribute to the country, but you don't like contributing, so
So is that the issue for you personally, that the people are coming and not contributing?
they're not contributing. They're getting a free hotel a lot, and it's ridiculous. And you've got people on the streets, homeless, that are always getting fucked up.
What would your message be to the government then, who are obviously making the decision?
Well, tell them to contribute, and I'd happily let them stay. I'm not bothered. If you're contributing and paying tax, stay as long as you want. You're helping the country out. But doing that, it's not helping the country.
There we go. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that. There we go. So, his obviously, listen. There's probably
There's someone there with grandchildren. He wanted to be interviewed.
All right. Okay.
I said I would.
Yeah, of course. Thoughts? Yeah. Right. Hold on. So, just your first name first of all.
Michael,
Right. So, what's inspired you or fetched you out today?
I've got 3 young children under 21, and my daughter's 21. I've got 2 granddaughters, 17, and a young boy at 13. I'm just frightened for my family.
What frightens you in particular?
Well, the amount of people that's undocumented come to this country illegally, and obviously like they're chasing young women, they're pestering them in parks, they're trying to get accost them and everything. It's not right. They're driving around illegally on these little electric like bikes, not doing deliveries and everything else. You constantly see them like following women and that, and it's like I said, I'm a grandfather and a father, and it's frightening for me, and thinking that my children, because it's only going to get worse, it's not getting better. There's more and more coming in every day. Where does it stop? When does this country become full?
What can the government do? Because obviously it was a big issue for the last government. They never handled it for a portion of the population. It seems to be the same thing happening here. They can't really get a grip on it. What would getting a grip on it mean to you?
Well, they come here illegally, so send them back straight away. Why we're giving them everything they want? We've got veterans that's fought for this country, on the streets, homeless on the streets. Do you not think it's disrespectful to somebody who's fought for the country? Let them lie in the streets, throughout the winter and everything. And these fellas are stopping in hotels, absolutely free of charge. No women and children in there.
If you don't mind us asking as well, are you local? Are you from Newcastle? Whereabouts are you from? Roughly?
I'm local. I'm from Newcastle.
How bad of an issue is it in Newcastle?
Well, it's very bad, isn't it? You see them walking around all the time. They're always in groups of meals. They very rarely by themselves, are they? They're all hooded up. You cannot see their faces. You don't know. They're carrying blades, knives, or whatever. And there's lots of reports of stabbings and whatever they do.
And the last question we always ask on people on both sides: if you had one message to whoever you want to give it to, whether it's the other side, your side, whether it's to the government, what would your message be?
Be faithful to your own country. Be faithful to Great Britain and the people from Great Britain. That's where it starts.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that. There we go. So again, it's a lot of concerns about the future. It's a lot of concerns. The feeling, you can tell it, that they're worried that crime is potentially done more so on one side and not on their side, sort of thing. And there is a lot of concern for their children growing up. So that does seem to be the general consensus from most of the people that I speak to. Obviously, a couple of people have got different views. Someone there said he wouldn't have a problem if the people were contributing with tax. So obviously it's a monetary thing, thinking that the government are paying out. So there's a lot of different people here for a lot of different reasons, but that seems to be the consensus. That seems to be what the majority are kind of here for. So let's just have another little wander around, and we'll see. So flags, the numbers that are here, obviously displaying all the flags. I had to interrupt the last interview because they were doing a chant. And they've got the music on this side now. Or is it that side? Is it just really loud on that side? Yeah, I think it's on the other side. Right. Try to get to the front again. This one might be a shorter one than last one, where it was a full 3 hours. Longest video we've ever done. But obviously we try to uncensor it as much as possible to give people a true reflection of what's happening and people's thoughts. But that doesn't say... Hello? Yeah, no, I'm finished. I'm just rambling on. I'm not, yeah. Down on the floor. Right, okay. So, right, what's inspired you to come today? Right, okay, so front line, we've got a few people. This is how it looks from the other side, because they haven't got music on. I can try to do that. So this is kind of how it looks from this side. There we go. And then big kind of gap between the police and where people are. Right, we'll nip around the other side once more, try to finish up with a couple of interviews, and then we might call it. Does seem to be a lot different from last week. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, like, follow, subscribe. Follow us on all social medias. We do have a massive following on Facebook. We've got, I think, 175,000 followers, but on TikTok and Instagram, not so much. So however you are consuming this, make sure you try to follow us on all social media to stay fully up to date with this every week, but also what goes on in the Northeast area, whether you're interested in football, things to do with the kids, whatever. We try to cover as much as we can. And it's only through your guys' support that we're able to do that. So thank you everyone who already does follow us across all socials. And if you're not already, just drop a quick follow. It only takes a second, but it does mean an awful lot. Okay, so if you remember last week, this was all totally cordoned off. I've managed to just walk through there totally fine. I know I am walking around with a microphone. You can probably tell that I am press. They are allowing us through, but last week they were not allowing access at all. We'll go through the next one. Very surprised with the turnout. What is the reason for that? Is it because the organiser's not there? Presumably he must take a lot of people with him, and maybe him going, that might affect other people who aren't, who've decided not to go. Don't know if it's the weather. It is a lovely sunny day in Newcastle. It was last week. I was itching for the beer garden. Maybe not as sunny, a couple of clouds in the sky, but it's a Saturday, lovely sunny day. I'll have a little wander around, try to speak to 2 more people. Not get close to the speaker though. But it is nice to see people do come up, do recognise that we are neutral, and kind of applaud a little bit. Someone did that before we started rolling the camera, someone did it on camera. So it is nice that the majority of people see what we're doing here is completely neutral on a very divisive topic. Sometimes it is hard to be seen as that, because almost whatever question you ask and the wording that you use, the other side could pick it apart and say, oh no, well, you're asking this, you're asking that, or whatever. So we are neutral. We only try to cover this because it is of interest. It is a Northeast update. It is something that people are interested in. And again, in 20, 30, 40, 50 years time, however long, people will possibly look back at this and just say what a weird time it was or whatever, have some sort of historical value to it. So let's try to do one more interview and then we'll call it. Let's have a look. Who can we get?
Majorities united will never be defeated. 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 Majorities united. Majorities united will never be defeated. Newcastle united will never be defeated. Newcastle united will never be defeated. Newcastle united will never be defeated.
Guys, we're doing interviews. No, sure. Let's have a chat about 6 over here. One of them's got to say yes. Guys, we're from local news. We're trying to get people's thoughts. Any of you? No, sure. Does seem to be a lot more reluctant to interview on this side than it was last week. my God, so cute.
Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here.
Yeah, so people are allowed to walk past as well. That was not the case last week. It doesn't seem to be as police dominant in terms of making sure what areas you can and can't walk through. It just seems to be a bit more free. Like, obviously, they're not going to let big groups of people cross over, but that does seem to be what's happening. Again, only going off what I'm seeing and walking around. Guys, we're doing interviews. No. Who can we get? Let's have a look over here. We'll try. Guys, we're doing interviews on why you're here on both sides. We're neutral. If you want to give your thoughts.
Both sides of my arse. You're not both sides. You're on their side.
Why would you think I'm on their side?
Because I saw your last one, and it was crap.
What was?
Go away. Go. I don't want to talk to you.
I understand. Okay. Someone's not a fan. Well. Huh. Well, that's the first negative thing. Yeah, see if we can get some others. See if we can get these. Excuse me, guys. We're doing interviews on thoughts. No, he thinks we're very neutral. I promise you. We did a full 3-hour interview. We speak to both sides. We're very, very neutral. I assure you. We're doing.
There is no neutrality in racism.
Sorry?
There is no neutrality when you're talking about racism.
When you're a news channel, we can't either way be favored. We have to present the news.
Neutrality in silence is complicity.
I know, but we're not a person. We're a news channel, so we have an obligation to present the news how we see it.
Well, that's my opinion.
I know, but I understand. I can get your opinion, but if we were on one side, then it would become more of an opinion than it would be the news. So all we do is speak to both people.
Well, that's fair enough, but I'm just saying there is no neutrality in racism, and silence is complicity.
With people, I understand that. But if it's a news program, which is what we are, we do have to be neutral and let people make their own opinions rather than try to influence you.
I haven't met a neutral news channel yet.
We're Northeast Updates. Right. Anyway, we're doing a chat. If you want to have a chat, we promise we are neutral. The questions are very good. So we're Northeast Updates. We're a local news channel. We do sports, we do news, we do everything. We cover these. We covered it last week. We speak to both sides to find out why they're coming and get their individual thoughts on why it's important to come out for them.
But when you say you're a news channel, what do you mean?
A neutral news channel. So we're a news.
What's a news channel?
So we're called Northeast Updates. So we provide updates about what's going on in the Northeast, whether it's things to do with.
Where do you see it? Where does one see it?
We don't want to give our opinions because we're neutral.
No. Where do people hear it?
So we've got about 170,000 followers on Facebook. We've got 20,000 on YouTube. We're on all the different social medias, so people can go.
YouTube and Facebook.
All socials, really, yeah. Yeah. I'll start. I'll do one question here, and you can walk away at any time. Don't worry. So, what's inspired you or fetched you out today? Why is it important for you to come today?
I think that people who are fleeing from conflicts and all sorts of horrible things that they've had to put up with in their countries and they're seeking asylum, who are being housed, should not be intimidated by the people on the other side of here. People who are spreading racism, basically. People who are spreading rumours that all asylum seekers shouldn't be here and that they're paedophiles, and basically they are spreading lies about the people who are in this hotel, who I think should be allowed to have a life. They are seeking asylum, they are genuinely here, and I think that the idea that people should be coming and intimidating them is just truly horrific.
So this happened last week. There was a bit of a bigger turnout than it was just neutrally looking at it last week. It doesn't seem there's as much of a big crowd on the other side. it's supposed to be going on every week. Do you think this is going to get bigger? Do you think it's going to die off? Kind of, how do you see the protest and counter-protest going?
I'm not an organiser.
Okay, well, the people who are upstairs in the building, they'll be looking out. They'll have seen last week. They'll be seeing this week. What do you think? Just your view. What do you think they're thinking looking at this?
Well, I hope that they're thinking that there are people who have come here who support them being here. I hope they're not feeling terrified. But if I was in there, I'd be feeling terrified of the idea that there are people in this city who don't want me here.
And then the last question that I've got to ask is from both sides. It's an open-ended question. So if you've got a message for people over this side, that side, the government, whatever you want to do, open-ended question for you. To whoever you want to send a message to.
The message is that refugees and asylum seekers, there should be really good systems. We managed to have good systems for Ukrainians to put forward their claims. Ukrainians were invited into people's houses. Why isn't it the same for all asylum seekers?
Thank you very much for your time. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. I could sit around for the next few hours, but I don't really think you're going to get much more than you'd be able to get there. That was kind of interviews on both sides. Well, hostility by one guy. He was trying to go. I did try to put the camera down. Obviously, don't want to get people on camera that do not want to be on camera. So he was saying, "Oh no, you presented really bad. You're far right. You want all sorts of different things." Didn't want to get him in on camera and stuff like that. But he was the next people I was trying to go up and interview, just in case it wasn't picked up on camera. He was going up to them. "Oh no, he's on the other side. Don't listen to him. His reporting was dreadful. Blah blah blah." I like conversation, so I'd kind of wanted to get to his point to maybe find out what it was, just so I could learn from it and present it obviously the next few weeks and stuff like that, just to make sure I am a bit more neutral. Obviously, always open for improvement and stuff like that. I'm not exactly a world-class journalist or anything like that. I just try to be as neutral as possible. So he very shut-offy, would not speak, would not give any feedback on why he thought that, and then just wanted to speak to other people on his side, the counter demonstration, to basically not do interviews with us. Very, very hostile. First time I've kind of had that. But let us know your thoughts on the video, everything that you've seen. If you're watching this on YouTube, whenever it gets to any individual moment, let us know your thoughts on the questions that's been asked and put a little timestamp so I know what you're talking about. We do read all of the comments on all socials. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, do follow, like, follow, subscribe, and check out more videos and stuff on the channel if you're on. Thank you very much.